Godzilla Minus One, maybe the most talked about Godzilla film in quite a while. Despite having such films as Godzilla in 2014, its sequel in 2019, Godzilla vs. Kong in 2021, Godzilla's been in the popular zeitgeist for quite a while now. He even has his own TV show on Apple TV. There wasn't this fervor though that I was hearing for Godzilla in quite a while. Thus, I started hearing about this movie Godzilla Minus One, and I got the chance to see it early, and I kept hearing that this movie was great. And I was just like, okay, what does that mean? Like, is it good for it's a really fun Godzilla movie? Does it transcend the genre? What are we talking about here? Because I was hearing people talking about this like this was Citizen Kane, like this was the Dark Knight of the Godzilla franchise. And I was kind of just blown away by that reaction, just the fervor fan base that was just proclaiming this Godzilla Minus One movie to be incredible. So I got the chance to see Godzilla Minus One today. Godzilla Minus One follows Japan right after World War II. They've been depleted, they've been destroyed from the casualties of war, if you will. And Godzilla isn't this creation like in the old ones where he's like nuclear experiment gone wrong, 1950s Godzilla emerges from the sea. Godzilla apparently just lives near them, and there's these folk legends of Godzilla, and eventually he comes out and he attacks. And it's pretty breathtaking. The one thing that I just have to give my cap early to in this review is Godzilla Minus One showcases Godzilla as terrifying. Godzilla is a menace in this movie. Every little movement he makes, you feel the impact of his tail just walking around. You hear people being crushed under his stomp. It is so impactful right away. And that's just kind of just creates this suspenseful atmosphere where Godzilla, whenever he comes into town, just wrecks shop. And it's in a very terrifying way. The scenes where he attacks and he is, destroying cities within Japan are just absolutely terrifying. It is pure suspense. And this film does such a good job revealing Godzilla when it needs to. He has an impact every time he is on the screen. And it's just this incredible feeling throughout. Whenever Godzilla is on screen, the movie just sings in a really beautiful way. And it is just the most pure form of Godzilla you could ever want out of a movie. Now, then there's these character aspects. And typically, this has been the criticisms of especially the Godzilla franchise the past 10 years is we just don't care about the human characters. Godzilla Minus One is not that case. Godzilla Minus One, you care about these characters, you have a real relationship with them, and when they make sacrifices, when choices are made, when possibly they are put in peril, you actually care and you want to see them succeed and you want them to be protected. They are legitimate characters, and it's also this fun role as an actor where actors are just giving these really serious, really great performances in the middle of Godzilla Minus One, and then they're just allowed to cook in the fact that they're just all yelling Godzilla. That is such a fun aspect of this movie where it's so serious because obviously Godzilla comes to town and he destroys, and they have to figure out a way to stop him. But also, it doesn't forget the genre that Godzilla existed. This still abides the formula that we know of Godzilla. Godzilla comes in, he destroys, they have to stop him. That's the film. And the enjoyment of that genre is what this film succeeds so well. The filmmakers of Godzilla Minus One are able to blend ideas and themes and just almost like cinematic language that we've seen in American films. And I don't want to whitewash this by any means. I'm not saying that the person who directed this film saw Jurassic Park or saw Jaws or saw Star Wars, like Empire Strikes Back really feels like a key one for the visual language of this film. I don't want to whitewash that by any means and say they learned these techniques from these movies. For all I know, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas borrowed that from old Japanese, cinema. This is all in conversation with that. But in that same vein of this all being in conversation, Godzilla Minus One is in conversation with films like Jaws, like Jurassic Park, like Star Wars in its visual language and motifs. And you really see that pronounced in this film. This is an extremely enjoyable film. There are just set pieces and action moments in it that are just jaw-droppingly beautiful. Godzilla, like I said, every time he comes on screen, you just are so terrified. It plays Godzilla at times like a pure horror film where he comes in and you're just kind of waiting because you know destruction follows. I highly recommend Godzilla Minus One. Is this like the best film ever made? Is this deserving of people's top 10 list of the year? I don't know. That's not really for what I need to decide. What I can tell you is this movie's really good. This movie entertains me in the way that I would want a Godzilla movie to entertain me. If we are just going straight on the premise of, I want to see a Godzilla movie done as best as it can be done, this movie, Godzilla Minus One, does that and it succeeds in such great ways. This is an incredible theatrical experience. Go see it. It is a ton of fun and you will not regret seeing Godzilla Minus One. If you're not a fan of the genre to start with, I can't say by any means that Godzilla Minus One is going to transform you into a Godzilla lover. But for pure people looking for a pure Godzilla experience, this movie does that and it delivers in incredible ways. I highly recommend this film. 3.5 out of 4 stars here from the Beneverse Movie Channel. If you like this video, thank you all for watching. And remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I did this all in one take. I don't know how I did that, but thank you all for watching. My name is Ben Friedman. Take care. Bye bye.